everyone, welcome. I'm the Theory Detective. In these lessons, we'll uncover the mystery of music theory. Now, when we did the major scales that were flat scales, we dealt with 4 flats, and they were in this order: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. So now with the minor flat scales, we're going to use the same order. We'll just use the first 3 flats though. But the first flat, B flat, is what we're going to use first. Let's take a look at the pattern here. Remember that you want whole step, half step, whole step, and then a half step. So that should be right here. So we're going to cut the B out. Let's cross it out and put B flat. So we're going to lower the B to be B flat, and that will give us our first flat. So whole step, half step, whole step, half step, half step, whole step. And that gives us our minor pattern. Now let's listen to it. Here's our D. Now here's without the flat. That sounds a little bit off, a little bit strange. It's because it's not the minor sound. It's not the same, the transposition of A minor. Here's A minor. And here's D minor with the B flat. So you hear that it's a perfect transposition. Now, let's take a look at the scale across here. We have D to E is a whole step, E to F is our half step, F to G is a whole step, G to A, whole step. Now we want a half step, so we're going to have to flat the B, lower the B to be B flat, and that creates a half step. And then B flat to C is now larger, so it's a whole step, because it has the B natural in between. And then C to D is our whole step. So whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Go ahead and say that a few times to try to get it into your memory. Whole step, half step, half step, whole step, whole step. Now let's take a look at the chord. We're going to start with a D, skip up to F, and skip up to A. And that gives us our D minor chord. Listen to it. Now if you remember, in D major we had 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. So the F would be raised, would be slightly higher, a half step higher, in order to create that major sound. Listen to the D major. Here's the 5-finger pattern starting with the D. And there's the chord. Now here's the minor without the sharp on the F. It's a little bit richer, a little bit darker sound because the F has been lowered into a minor place. So we have the whole step, half step pattern, and that gives us the minor sound. And of course, B flat is our first flat. So I'm going to go ahead and put the key signature here to remind us. There we are. And then of course on the bass clef, I'll put it down here. There's our key signature, our flat. And when you're drawing the flats, careful not to make them look like B's. You don't want them to look like a B. They should be down at kind of an angle, back up, around, and then point. Okay? So they shouldn't look like B's. There we are. Alright, take out your flashcards, and we're going to make 3 more D minor scale. Go ahead and write out the D minor scale. D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. The D minor key signature, and that's just B flat. So it's easy because it's our first flat scale for minor. And then D minor chord, and it's D, F, and A. And that gives us the D minor chord. Add those to your practice pile and practice them as much as you can until they become very easy. And as always, have a great day.